Hello guys, and welcome to Python Basic Tutorials number 11. Now in this one we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about functions. Basically what a function is it's a block of code that your main program doesn't see, but it will run when you call it. And normally it returns something. Now in this case we're just going to make a very basic little function, and we're just going to call it main. And you start that by writing def for define. We're just going to call this main because it's our main function. And then you put the brackets there to denote that it's going to be a function. Then you put your colon, meaning that everything after that is in its own little body. So now we're going to type in the body of the main function. We want it to print hello world, which is a normal thing that programmers normally do just to show. It's one of the basic things you learn in programming is to print hello world to the screen or to a window or whatever your program works with. So in this case we're going to print hello. Now I'm going to show you a new thing, and it's called raw input. And what this is saying is it's saying that it wants input from the user of the program. And what we put in these parentheses is what we want it to type on the screen for them to know what we want them to put in. So we're going to put press any key to continue ... and there. Now we have a function. That's great and all. Now how do we make this function actually do anything? Because as you see, it went back to our prompt instead of doing anything. So now we're just going to type main with the parentheses and hit enter. Now all of a sudden it prints that hello world to the screen and asks you to press any key to continue. And if we press that key, it terminates that part of the function. And now you're back to the prompt. Alright, now we'll do something a little more complex, and actually I'll show you another thing that's also built into Python. It's one of the built-in libraries that comes right with Python, and it's called random. So we're going to go ahead and import. I have to actually be on the screen. Import random. Okay, now what's this is saying is that for the next bit of stuff that we want to do, we want to have access to the random class that is built right, or the random library, which is built right in with Python. Okay, now once again we're going to define, and we'll call this role. We want to define role. Okay, now this is like if you've ever played the real old pen and paper D&D where you roll 4 6-sided die, and then you take the smallest out of the die rolls and you discard it, and then what you have left is the total of those other 3, which gives you your score for, like your strength or your dexterity or anything like that. So I was working on making my own character sheet that was electronic, and this is something that I came up with to test that. And so I'm just going to show it to you guys. Alright, we'll start with roll 1. That's going to equal a random.randint, which stands for random integer. And then that also comes with its own parentheses. And as you can see, oh, it went away too fast. Alright, well anyways, what you do is you put in here, you put the number you want it to start randomizing at, and then the max number you want to randomize, which in our case is 6. So that would be representative of a 6-sided die. You can either have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. And then we'll just have it print roll 1 to the screen. Now we're going to go ahead and copy that, paste it. Now I'm copying it by hitting Control C, and then I'm pasting it by hitting Control V, just like in a Word document. And we'll change that to roll 2. And then we will print roll 2. And then we're going to go ahead and do that again for roll 3. And now print roll 3. And we'll do one more, because you're rolling 4 die and then you're going to discard the lowest one. So roll 4. Right, and then print roll 4. Okay, so now it'll print each roll that we do. Actually, if we go ahead and run roll right now, you can see, okay, it gives us 3, 6, 2, and 5. Okay, that's all great, but now we have to add all that up somehow and get rid of the, well, not add it up, we have to put them all together somehow and figure out which one's the lowest one and get rid of it. And we want to do that in our program because we don't want to have to deal with that math every time we want to go to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our whole function here, we're going to add a line. We're going to add a roll list. Now this is part of that camel caps that I was telling you about, where the first part is all lowercase and the second word starts with uppercase. Alright, so we have roll list, and that's going to equal a new list with roll 1, roll 2, roll 3, and roll 4. Okay, great. So now we have a list of those. Let's print that out to the screen as well. Print roll list. Okay. Now let's go ahead and see what that gives us. There we go. Alright, now you see they're in a list. They're not in order, but they're in a list. So now we want to put them into an order. So once again, we're going to take this whole thing, copy it, paste it, and we want to start at the bottom of printing the roll list. Now we're going to do roll list dot sort, just like I showed you guys before. And as you know, that should sort the list. Print roll list. Okay, so now this should print out a sorted version of our roll list. And instead of just testing this out, I'll go ahead and I'll just show you the other part, and then we will go ahead and run the full program. So now we need to get rid of the lowest one. And once it sorts it, it puts it in numerical order. So if we do roll total, and we set that to equal roll list, and we're going to do a set of indexes. Alright, and we already know this is 0, 1, 2, 3. So if we just want the biggest ones, we're going to just put 1, 2, and 3 in here. And then we will print roll total. Now, if we go ahead and we do roll, now we see it rolled us a 3, a 1, a 5, and a 4. Then it put those into a list. Then it sorted the list to 1, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and then it just showed us them because, aha, I didn't do something right. As we can see here, instead of adding them at the end here, I just listed them. So we'll get rid of that and put a plus sign there. Get rid of that and put a plus sign there. And now we'll rerun this. And there, as you see, we just made a program, and we even had to do some little debugging to it to fix what was wrong. Now we got a row of 3, 4, 3, and 5. Took 3, 4, 3, and 5, put them in a list, sorted that to 3, 3, 4, 5, and then took 5, 4, and 3 and added them together, which gave you 5 plus 4 is 9 plus 3 is 12, and then gave you the total of 12. So as you can see, that's how that works, and those are functions. Each iteration of this is actually a whole complete separate function, and we just changed it each time when we defined it again. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that it helped you learn something, and that's it for now, and I hope you guys liked it. If you did, hit like, and if you didn't, put dislike, and then go ahead and put a comment so that we can try to fix this later on and have a nice good set of tutorials. Thank you.